Oh man, I can Smith of Keller Williams. We're doing something I really enjoy doing. South Park lesson. We got Connor here to help talk about it. Take a look at all the food that we got going here and all the people enjoying it. And it's one of these things you eat all you want. So he's drinking those water home. I guess that's what you come to do. I hope so. Connor, you might want to tell us a little about.
Thanks, Bob. Absolutely. We are now in about our 42nd or 43rd year of existence. We started here in Dallas, obviously, and have grown to an international conservation organization. As you know, DSC has three main tenets of our mission, which is conservation, education, and advocacy. So we're extremely mission focused here. We've got a staff of about 15. We've got a membership of over 20,000. And we have, and growing, absolutely. We have a chapter system now that's now over 20 chapters strong from Wyoming to Florida, and growing quickly. We've added about 5 new chapters in the past couple of months. We host one of the largest outdoor conventions and expos in the world. The past 40 or so years has been in Dallas. Unfortunately, they're tearing down the Kay Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center starting next year, and we're going to have to move our convention to Atlanta for a couple of years. But we're excited about that. Obviously, not thrilled to leave our home here in Dallas, but we're going to have a great show in Atlanta for 4 or 5 years while they rebuild the convention center, and we'll be back here in Dallas as soon as we can. So right now, about 95 cents to every dollar donated to us. We're a nonprofit, obviously, and we send out grants. We've got a big grant program through our DSC Foundation, which is the giving arm of the DSC group proper. And so all of that money that we raise at convention and all these events, so we have just a wonderful group of members who support us and give generously to the mission of the conservation, education, and advocacy that we are doing out there. And so we have projects all over the world with our grant program. We from anti-poaching patrols in Africa to educating the youth here about wildlife conservation or what goes into that. We're a hunter-funded organization, as you know, so very pro-sustainable use hunting around the world, and we fight that advocacy battle every day in Washington for people who want to kind of end our way of life and don't understand what we do and the purpose of how hunter-funded conservation actually saves a great many animals around the world. And so it's a huge part of what we do. And so we're excited, moving forward, growing, and looking forward to what the next 5 or 6 years brings. Yourself. Glad y'all are here today.
Well, good. Thank you for letting me come and be able to get a chance to talk to some of the members here today and see what their thoughts about how they enjoy the life style of outdoors, conservation, kind of what it means to them. But great organization. I've been a life member for about 10 years, I guess. We have met so many really neat, great people there. They've got solid American stock. You don't find that in a lot of organizations. It's here, baby. I tell you, it's here. Thank you, Tom.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, good. Hope that was okay.
Like some of the many things that you've done through the years is you've hunted Africa. You've had a good time doing it. You had an adventure that most people in life don't get a chance to go over and see the big world. What, in your mind, is probably one of the most memorable things that you've done when you went to Africa, when you were hunting the big game?
Well, I don't know how to put it in words. I've used the expression, and I've asked people if they've ever seen the Grand Canyon, and some people have, and some people haven't. I had an office in Phoenix for about 6 or 7 years, and the Grand Canyon was an hour away. I never went because it's a hole in the ground until I saw it. It's like, wow. The best way that I can describe Africa is just as far as you can see. There's no light pole, there's no telephone pole. And after my first, I was asked the question of, when am I going back? Not a matter of if I'm going back, it's a matter of when I'm going back. And I don't remember how many trips this will be, but it's kind of like a long overdue trip that I'm going to take and hook up with some friends that I met on my first trip that we've become lifelong friends.
So you have a camaraderie as well.
It is. There is a special bond between the different countries, the animals themselves. And yeah, I'm going to go hunt and I'm going to harvest some animals, but it's a management plan. It's not just a bloodlust. It's not a matter of going and just killing a bunch of animals. Everybody benefits from preserve the particular species or thin a herd, and nothing goes to waste. I mean, all the meat, hides, everything is put to use. Kind of like the Native Americans were back in the day, before I was born. But I thought you've been around a while. I'm sure they used everything, and that's kind of the way it is over there. It's a very hospitable country.
But it sounds like something that everybody should enjoy if they want to be out in the open doors as such, in an area where you're really self-sufficient. You're on your own out there. And you're around dangerous game. It's just not like you're walking in to get a cow in the backyard.
You're not top of the food chain over there. I mean, there's things that will get you if you're not paying attention. But there is a sense of excitement, a sense of beauty. It's kind of a grounding experience for me. Puts everything in perspective as maybe why we're on this earth.
Well, you get to see, should we call it evolution? We get to see the growth of the grass, the growth of the animals, the alive, the environment now.
Sure, depending on the time of year you go, you get to see different environments. I mean, you go to the same place at different times of year, and I mean, same if you were to go to my ranch or your ranch. I mean, different times of year you're going to see different things, but over there it's a lot larger scale. For example, Victoria Falls. There's no way to describe that, and at certain times of the year, there's so much water coming down the river and going over the falls, it creates a mist that you can't really see the falls. Even from the air, you just see this cloud of mist. But then sometime in mid to late November, the water flow is still at a low level, so you can get to see the majesty, I guess, of the falls. That's just one example of how massive things are over there.
One of the things that we were talking about when we walked in the office here was the size of the elephant. That's a pretty good sized elephant. Is he sort of normal there, or is he bigger?
When we had the one that's back here,
yeah,
I'd say he's more than a small or medium size.
That's a dangerous game, isn't it?
It is.
I can't imagine going after one of those. I'm going to run it.
Well, mine actually charged me, came out of the bush out of nowhere and charged me.
Ooh.
So I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. I was able to, it was more self-preservation than anything. But there again, people go, well, you know, how can you shoot a majestic animal like that? Well, there's a park in Zimbabwe called Wangi National Park. And the first time I saw that park, it was one of the plushest places that I'd ever seen. And just as far as your eye can see, would be a herd of zebra or giraffe or wildebeest, or you name it, there'd be a herd. You look in another direction, that'd be a completely different herd, and grass everywhere, beautiful trees. And less than 4 years later, when I was back, it looked like the tabletop, you know, at your dining room table. Elements had overpopulated so much and destroyed the vegetation so much that it really messes with evolution from the standpoint of, I guess it'd be evolution. I mean, the dung beetle, the ant, everything, it just disappeared because there's no vegetation. And in some cases, vegetation may not come back. So there's got to be a management scenario. And it's only certain animals that are working with different organizations to manage what animals are taken out of a herd to basically propagate the younger generation.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate you taking a few minutes. This is an educational and inspiring too, and let it out.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. we'll be talking to the many people, members of the Dallas Park, like the many things we have enjoyed through the years. But I want to talk to Blake because I do press. He's down with the Dallas Park, life member, he's a wonderful guy. I've known him for years. But he's a rancher on top of that. He knows wildlife. He knows conservation. Ray, what's your mission statement for you?
Well, our biggest deal is making Atlanta. I mean, continuing on the DSC message, but also make us dynamics.
That's going to be a big one. That's the challenge.
Yes, sir.
Through this from Dallas to Atlanta for 4 years. In fact,
Then coming back.
yeah.
Well, we got good volunteers, good staff, and Corey also. So we got a good group with us this time.
Do we got new programs coming up? Some people be interested in?
Off the top of my head.
We're talking about neat people here. And Ray, thank you so much. We enjoyed your fish. My wife's here. She's glad to do
Well, thank y'all for coming, and hope y'all had a good time. And COVID kind of put this on hold for a couple of years. This is the first time coming back with crawfish boil since pre-COVID, and a good turnout and pretty good crawfish. Good weather.
Yeah.
We just can't get the Rangers game. That was the only problem. We had opening day at these TV set. We can't watch the Rangers.
You want everything, right?
Oh, you damn right.
All right. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you.